Woohoo! It's time for notes on multiplying matrices. So, we've done the easy multiplying by a scalar. And now we're going to do the hard kind of multiplying, which is multiplying two actual matrices by each other. So let me take two matrices. I'm going to start easy, then we'll get to harder ones. So the first matrix I'm going to do is going to have the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 in it. And I'm going to multiply that by a matrix with -3, 5, 0, and -1 in it. I don't want to repeat any of my numbers so that you can kind of get a pattern to what's going on here with multiplying these matrices. All right. So both of these matrices have the same dimensions, right? They're both 2 rows by 2 columns. In order to actually multiply two matrices, the number of columns of the matrix on the left has to be the same as the number of rows of the matrix on the right. So these two numbers have to be equal. Otherwise, I can't multiply the matrices. Move on to a new problem. The resulting matrix will be the number of rows of the matrix on the left by the number of rows of the matrix on the right. So this is the product matrix. In this case, it's going to be a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, so what does that 2 by 2 matrix look like? Well, that 2 by 2 matrix has 4 numbers in it. The first number is on row 1, column 1. Okay, so I go back to row 1 of the first matrix and column 1 of the first matrix, and I do a special multiplication and summing. I do 1 times -3 plus 2 times 0. You've already got this figured out. I love it. Okay, so that is 1 times -3 plus 0. That's -3. Okay, the element to the right of that is still on row 1, but it's column 2. Okay, so I'm doing row 1. Let me do green on top of this. I'm doing row 1, column 2, product and sum in this way. 1 times the 5 plus 2 times the -1. Okay, so that's 5 minus 2, that's 3. Okay, the next element is going to be in row 2, back to column 1. So now I'm going to go to row 2. Let me put this, I think, in that ugly pink. Kind of purple. Oh, I want the pink one. The lighter. There's row 2. And here's column 1 in the lovely rows. And so I would multiply the 3 times the -3 and add that to the 4 times the 0. And get -9. And then for my last spot, this is row 2, column 2. So row 2, column 2, let me add rows over here to this one, is going to be the rows, the 3 times the 5 plus the 4 times the -1, which is 15 minus 4, which is 11. Okay? So there's your answer to the product of those two matrices. Let's do another one. Don't want that. Move that little thing up a little bit. There, down somewhere. Gotta get out of my way here. Okay. So let's think of a matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times the matrix 3, 9, 8, 1, 7, 2. What's the dimensions of the matrix on the left? 3 by 2. What are the dimensions of the matrix on the right? 3 by 2. Can we find the product of these two matrices? Ooh. Look at the two middle dimensions here. They're not equal, so there is no product. The product is undefined. The number of columns of the first matrix has to be the same as the number of rows of the second matrix. Otherwise, our multiplication pattern doesn't work out right. We don't have enough elements to multiply. Okay. Do you want to do another multiplication? Look at the... No. Let's do one that isn't. Let's do a 3 by 2. There's a 3 by 2. What is the first dimension? How many rows do I need on my second matrix? 2. It's got to be 2 rows. So this one, let's make it a 2 by 2. 0, -1, -3, and 8. These two inside dimensions are equal, so we're okay. And my resulting matrix is 3 by 2. Okay, so let's think of what that one looks like. A 3 by 2 matrix has row 1, column 1. It's got 3 rows. Row 2, column 1. Row 3, column 1. And row 1, column 2. Row 2, column 2. And row 3, column 2. There's my 3 by 2. Okay, so let's figure out what numbers go into each one of those slots. So in the first slot goes row 1, column 1. 1 times 0 plus 2 times -3, better known as -6. Okay. In the second column of row 1, it's 1 times -1 plus 2 times 8, better known as 15. Let's go for row 2. Row 2, column 1 is 3 times 0 plus 4 times -3, better known as -12. And row 2, column 2 gives me the 3 times the -1